Another sign of a low-value woman is she often insults.
And if his wife was indeed just a widow, she would have behaved like a normal human being, like a real widow who couldn't pull herself out of bed.
I just want to go find you.
Her job is to cry. And then for us to be scolded that it's our fault that she's crying because how dare we try to figure out who killed her husband. And that's what she did this weekend. Again, it's every week. You could set a timer.
Exodus 22:22. You shall not afflict any widow.
These four things: to control, manipulate, dominate, get her way, check people, whatever you want to start off. And her first thing is shame.
Charlie just really wanted love, right? And then have to consider that the thing that he wanted most, like he didn't get. And you can even check out this clip, which is that her in a car. I do believe that she has been orchestrating this entire PR campaign because she loved Charlie. She loved him like Lyndon Baines Johnson loved JFK. No time to grieve. She needed to be sworn in as the new leader before his body was even cold. JFK was shot and killed, and now LBJ has to step up, unfortunately. But I gotta be honest, I don't think LBJ was actually that upset. Realizing that nothing in Charlie's life was real. It's just something that keeps me up at night. Just nothing in his life was real. Erica Kirk is the COVID vaccine. Okay? No one can debate this. I'm right. It's a fact. And you're thinking, is this vaccine going to kill us all? Because it's safe and effective is now suddenly she's a grieving widow.
Instead of nagging my husband, I embrace his hard work.
Like I said, it's a repeat tactic to garner an emotional response, to say, look, she's a damsel in distress, so no one should, you just need to feel bad for her. Like I said, she's just a piece of technology. She's not even something to hate or resent. We recognize there is something deeply wrong and evil about Erica Kirk. Something is not right with Erica Kirk. It is impossible for me to think that Erica Kirk is not complicit somehow. Erica has psychopathic tendencies. Straight to jail, straight to jail. For questioning at least Erica. What do you think about Erica Kirk?
I don't want to say anything that's controversial. She did it, but I don't want
I get to smile. I just could not put on following my husband's public assassination. How did Erica Kirk scam a genius like Charlie? The more I hear her past interviews, the dumber she sounds. I don't get it, shaking my head. He just wasn't a genius on the topic of women. You make mistakes. This is who Erica was at this time. She was auditioning for everything, and eventually she's going to get the part for Charlie's wife.
Another sign of a low-value woman is she often insults.
And if his wife was indeed just a widow, she would have behaved like a normal human being, like a real widow who couldn't pull herself out of bed.
I just want to go find you.
Her job is to cry. And then for us to be scolded that it's our fault that she's crying because how dare we try to figure out who killed her husband. And that's what she did this weekend. Again, it's every week. You could set a timer.
Exodus 22:22. You shall not afflict any widow or fatherless child. If you afflict them in any way and they cry out at all to me, I will surely hear their cry and my wrath will be hot. Deuteronomy 27:18. Cursed is the one who perverts the justice due, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow. Isaiah 1:17, learn to do good, seek justice, rebuke the oppression, defend the fatherless, plead for the widow. Jeremiah 22:3, do no wrong and do no violence to a stranger, the fatherless, or the widow.
The widow.
Malachi,
the widow.
I will come to you. I will come near you for judgment. I will be a swift witness against sorcerers and against those who exploit the wage earners and oppress the widow and the fatherless. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 3, honor widows. James chapter 1, Verse 27, pure and
That's the Lord.
undefiled
This is the
religion
Lord of the
before
Rings
God
clip.
and the
The
Father is
Queen.
this, to visit orphans and widows in their trouble. Our Lord God defines himself as a, quote, father to the fatherless and a defender of widows.
Widows, 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 the widow. You shall honor the widow. You shall worship the widow. I'm gonna keep telling you, the widow. And you will see we are biblical here. This is just...
The G is guilt.
She goes, where's daddy? What do you tell a 3-year-old? She's 3.
This is why there are many people who do not believe that women are equipped to lead companies, because what you are watching here is an unbelievably emotional response. You know, Alex Clark calling me out, you kidding me? Should I do what she did? And it would have been more moral for me to invite the Wall Street Journal a literal week after Charlie is murdered. I couldn't even speak to the press that week. I still haven't spoken to the press about Charlie Kirk, actually. Haven't even given one interview about Charlie Kirk because it felt icky to me.
When you say you believe that Charlie Kirk was betrayed by someone close to him, what do you mean?
I think that in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot of financial reports that are coming out. And I, first and foremost, do not believe that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. I want to be very clear on that. I still haven't spoken to the press about Charlie Kirk, actually. Haven't even given one interview about Charlie Kirk because it felt icky to me.
Let's go with the G. The G is guilt.
One moment, Charlie was doing what he loved, arguing and debating on campus, fighting for the gospel and truth in front of a big crowd. And then he blinked. He blinked and saw his Savior in paradise. And all the heavenly mysteries were revealed to him.
It's just beautiful to really think about that, that he just blinked and then he was with the Lord. And it is just a fact that, I mean, Charlie just loved the Lord. It was constantly, like I told you, going through the conversations and how much he would just say, I need to pray about it, I need to pray about it, I need to pray about it, wanting to marry Erica. First thing he said, which I think I showed you guys last week. And Erica's correct. It is important to remember that message of forgiveness that we have within ourselves. And it sometimes feels very hard to do that, but we are called upon to forgive people, to forgive our enemies, even in moments that it seems impossible or extraordinary to do so. Finally, Erica, finally for you, after decades of trying, you had made it into the spotlight and everybody loved you. Brand, merchandising, shirts, you got on that Zoom call. The sales have been crazy. 50,000 shirts sold and kicked back into the LLC that me and the Charlie Kirk Show people own. For Charlie.
The incessant need to video after video after video after video after video of me having conversations with women here who will argue you into the ground. If you've ever dealt with somebody who absolutely needs to be right.
His arch nemesis, Nick Fuentes. Okay. He delivered a more impassioned response to what happened to Charlie than Charlie's wife did. By taking a stab at Charlie Kirk, who's dead, he had his great epiphany about Israel after they stopped paying him to shill. That's why I didn't take 1 minute or one sentence rather of him trying to eulogize Charlie Kirk seriously, because that right there is the real Nick Fuentes. It's unbelievable. The forgiveness that she granted, the strength that it took for her to call for that forgiveness, it's just unmatched, and it really made a difference. And I was being serious when I tweeted that I think it was the most consequential speech in American history. His arch nemesis, Nick Fuentes, he delivered a more impassioned response to what happened to Charlie than Charlie's wife did. It didn't take 1 minute or one sentence rather of him trying to eulogize Charlie Kirk seriously. I think it was the most consequential speech in American history. I certainly didn't suspect Turning Point USA would be, as I believe, involved in a cover-up. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean they were involved in plotting to kill him. And I've never said that. Cam Higbee is on the payroll of Turning Point USA, the very organization that just had its leader assassinated. in broad daylight in front of the entire world. What about his burial? How come we haven't seen anything about his burial?
You repeatedly questioned why we weren't being told where Charlie Kirk is buried. Did you get those answers?
You have the wrong commentator who questioned that.
You've never asked where Charlie's buried?
Nope. What about his burial? How come we haven't seen anything about his burial?
She has said Charlie's murder, quote, had to be approved by Charlie's friends, and then suggested those friends might have her murdered too for, quote, knowing.
I never said that. The decision was made to murder Charlie Kirk, a decision that very clearly had to be approved by Charlie's friends. Is this going to be the pathway forward? You're going to start murdering more people in broad daylight for knowing? I never said that. I was totally in a cloud of grief. Okay, you remember I had to go away to Wyoming just to breathe. Like, what am I doing wrong here that I have to go away and cry for a long time and everyone else just kind of seemed giddy? That's the only way I can describe it, like giddy. That emotion shouldn't be possible. It shouldn't be possible, actually. I was in this aggrieved stage and I really didn't poke my head up until weeks later when I could stop crying about it every second. Charlie Kirk, my friend, is dead. First, this is fantastic that Preborn is doing this to remind you guys about Pure Talk. Also reminding you guys about American Financing. Also reminding you guys about GNO Land. Also telling you guys about Just Thrive. You can head over to our website, CandaceOwens.com. You can sign up, buy yourself a hat. I still haven't spoken to the press about Charlie Kirk, actually. I haven't even given one interview about Charlie Kirk because it felt icky to me. I think that in the coming weeks, there's going to be a lot of financial reports that are coming out. And I, first and foremost, do not believe that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. I want to be very clear on that. There's old footage of Tyler Robinson that is now circulating.
And as I get into the intersection, there was a vehicle in the lane. Tyler
certainly refers to it as his car, not his vehicle.
Vehicle in the lane.
He wrote me a letter on May 2nd this year.
First and foremost, that letter he is holding up, he is severely misrepresenting. Those sentences are real. I'm saying you're severely misrepresenting the contents and you're doubling down on your lie. I told you to publish the full letter that Charlie wrote you, not lines of it. Okay? It's a lie by omission.
New York Post got a hold of that letter. They've now published it. Charlie Kirk expressing his love for Israel. No attacks on Israel, just advice on how to fight lies and reach the next generation.
November 25th, I obviously tweeted, Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. I reported to the FBI. Of course, I reported it to the FBI. I did not at all hear back from the FBI. And I will say I didn't go through an official channel and send an email, and I should do that. But I did send a text message to somebody very high up.
If Candace is available, we would sincerely welcome her participation in that live stream at our studio here in Phoenix.
So I accept it with whistles and bells, everything I fully accept. You can pick the place, you can pick the time, but no, they need to have it in person in Phoenix on December 15th, or they cannot have me at all. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, outside of my husband and Erica Kirk has the power to shut me up. There's nobody that has the capacity to get me to shut up about this except for Erica Kirk and my husband. I'm not going to stop unless Erica Kirk asks me to stop. If Erica Kirk asks me to be quiet, I will be quiet.
Stop. To stop.
I just do not accept any of that. Obviously, for this to have been pulled off, there had to have been multiple people involved. There had to have been people at Turning Point that were complicit in having this happen.
You said that people at Turning Point were complicit in his murder.
No, my exact sentence that I said was that there were people at Turning Point who are engaged in a cover-up.
No, you didn't.
I believe that thoroughly.
Candace, you didn't say that.
There had to have been people at Turning Point that were complicit in having this happen.
You said there were people at Turning Point complicit in his murder.
Okay.
That's what you said.
I'm certain he is going to probably be doing a lot of interviews in the near future. I just cannot see how this would lead to anything other than a full confession from the government about the military's involvement in his assassination. Like I said, I'm going to put together a fundraiser for you. And I do believe you are a missing piece of this. I don't know what comes next, but I just want you to know that you have an ally in me, and I hope you see that I am a fighter. And when I see good people and bad things happen to them, I will fight.
We didn't know what it was going to lead to. And I was like, I couldn't have been more deferential in saying that this could literally lead to nothing. Like, hey, this guy said this, whatever. And then all of a sudden you guys every day are obsessing over it. You won't let it go. I had him on the show. That was it.
Another donor who was at the Aspen event actually says that they do remember Charlie mentioning Erica if, situation, something happened, that Erica would know what to do. A couple who said that they did remember it. I cannot stress this enough. The donors who were in attendance in Aspen are telling me that Charlie never said this. We don't know where it's going to end, but we are going to keep asking questions until we get clear answers.
Candace, it may be that the person in the media spewing bullshit to the public is you.
The incessant need to video after video after video after video after video of me having conversations with women here who will argue you into the ground. If you've ever dealt with somebody who absolutely needs to be right.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the JWhit Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.